The rain on the pavement is singing in rhymes, a story of shadows and forgotten crimes. I sit on this bench while the city turns gray, watching the yellow cabs drifting away. My cigarette glow is the only warm light in the heart of this cold and mechanical night. Oh, concrete mist, swallow the street where the ghosts of the past and the lonely ones meet. The saxophone wails like a heart out of tune under the pale neon light of the moon. The trolley car rattles, a ghost on the track, going to places where no one looks back. My red lips are frozen, a secret in wait, behind the high walls of a billionaire's gate. The fog is a curtain, it's closing the show. There's nowhere to run, and there's nowhere to go. Concrete mist, swallow the street where the ghosts of the past and the lonely ones meet. The saxophone wails like a heart out of tune under the pale neon light of the moon. The clock in the tower is frozen at 4. A shadow is leaning against the dark door. Is it a memory? Is it a lie? Under the weight of this charcoal black sky, the whiskey is dry and the river is deep. The secrets of New York harder to keep. Manhattan mist, just a ghost in the rain. Silver and smoke, the city is still. A silhouette stands on the edge of the hill. Tick-tock goes the rhythm of time, a slow motion dance in a world of crime. The street lights are blinking, they're dying alone in a jungle of glass, in a desert of stone. Midnight is calling, but I cannot go, locked in the rhythm of the city below. The brass is screaming, the shadows are long. This is the end of a beautiful song. The lights of the Broadway are starting to fade. The price for the silence has already been paid. Don't look in my eyes, don't ask for my name. In this urban jungle, we're all just the same. A match in the dark, a flash in the pan, catching a dream as fast as I can. Dawn is a stranger I don't want to meet. I'd rather stay lost on this desolate street. Let the saxophone play till the stars disappear. The mist is the only thing real down here. 5 in the morning, the story is done. the only one. Tick tock, the city sleeps. Tock, tick tock, tick tock. The ice is melting in a lonely glass, watching the shadows of the strangers pass. The bartender's sleeping, the neon is dim. I'm humming a prayer or a whiskey-soaked hymn. 42nd Street is a river of blue, and I'm just a ghost that is waiting for you. In the empty bar where the smoke never clears, I'm counting the minutes, I'm counting the years. No piano tonight, just the hum of the light and the long bitter taste of the Manhattan night. The mirror is cracked, reflecting my face. A woman lost in a heartless place. My red nails are tracing the lines on the wood. I'd leave this city tonight if I could. But the rain is a wall, and the fog is a chain. So I'll order a double to deaden the pain. The jukebox is broken, it's playing a ghost, a toast to the things that I've squandered the most. The morning is coming with eyes cold and gray to wash all the sins of the evening away. One last cigarette, then I'll fade in the dark, leaving no footprints and leaving no mark. Just one more before the light. yellow door opens. I step in the back. The city's a map that is painted in black. Driver, just go where the fog is most thick. The clock in my head has a feverish tick. We're gliding through tunnels of iron and steel, losing my grip on the things that are real. It's the last taxi home, to a home I don't own. Through the concrete valleys, I'm flying alone. Let the engine hum like a dark lullaby under the shroud of the Manhattan sky. Skyscrapers lean like they're gonna fall, writing my name on a crumbling wall. The velvet is stained with the salt of my tears, a final goodbye to my beautiful years. The bridges ahead, a skeleton of light, crossing the border of eternal night. Don't stop the car when we reach the end. I have no more letters, no more to send. Just drive till the neon turns into the sun, until the chronicles of Manhattan are done. The smoke from my lips is a white flag of peace, awaiting the moment of final into the mist. Manhattan, goodbye. Goodbye. Is torn and the stage is so cold. a story of passion that's already old. I left my signature in shades of deep red on a glass of cheap bourbon and the things that you said. Manhattan is watching through a crack in the blind, leaving the pieces of my heart far behind. The piano is missing a couple of keys, like my life is missing a couple of pleas. The smoke in the air is a thick silver cage. I'm reading the lines from a tear-spattered page. Don't ask for a dance, don't ask for the light. I'm just a shadow in a dress far too tight. Red lipstick on a broken glass, watching the ghost of the centuries pass. It's a 5-minute blues for a 10-cent soul in a city that's digging a bottomless hole. The ice in the bucket has turned into rain. There isn't a bandage to cover this pain. You promised me diamonds, you promised me gold, but all that I'm holding is bitter and cold. The neon is flickering, dying away, just like the promises made yesterday. When the sun hits the sidewalk, the rag will be gone. Just another casualty at the break of the dawn. But tonight I am queen of this wreckage and dust in a world made of iron. club is underground, beneath the neon rain, where every lucky break is someone else's pain. The dice are made of ivory, the cards are marked with lies. I'm watching all the hunger in the stranger's eyes. The smoke is thick as velvet, the gin is cold as ice, in this crooked little corner of a dark paradise. I see a man in pinstripes with a heavy silver cane, looking for a way to hide a lifetime of disdain. He bets it on the black, I bet it on the red, remembering the warnings that my mother once said. The wheel keeps on turning, a circle with no end, where nobody is honest and nobody's a friend. Oh, it's the roulette of shadows, the gamble of the soul, in a city where the winner takes a heavy, heavy toll. The piano is a weapon, the rhythm is a snare, there's a scent of expensive perfume and despair. Smiling with a face made of stone, he knows that every gambler always leaves here alone. I've lost my pearl necklace, I lost my golden ring, but I'm still the only bird who's got the nerve to sing. The stakes are getting higher as the clock strikes 2, and I'm looking for a winner, maybe someone like you. Oh, the chips are all collected, the lights begin to flare, there's a whisper of a scandal in the heavy humid air. I walk out of the cellar with my head held high, underneath the charcoal of the Manhattan sky. I didn't win the money, but I kept my little secret, a promise made in darkness, and I'm gonna keep it. Place your bets. No more bets. Smoke rings are rising to the ceiling so high, like a slow motion prayer to a dark urban sky. The cherry is burning a small spark of red, while memories of you are filling my head. The ashtray is full of the hours I've lost. I'm counting the dreams and I'm paying the cost. The walls of this room are beginning to shrink. It's a dangerous time to sit here and think. The shadow of the fan is a blade on the floor, cutting the light that creeps under the door. I stare at the curtain, I stare at the wall, waiting for a phone that will never ever call. 3 a.m. cigarette, burning so slow. Nowhere to be and nowhere to go. Just the ash on the floor and the tick of the clock, waiting for a ghost or a key in the lock. Smoke is a veil that is hiding my face, a woman forgotten in a cold, lonely place. I watch the blue spiral, I watch it ascend, wondering when this long evening will end. The radiator hisses, a ghost in the vent, recalling the money and the time that I spent. I've memorized every crack in the ceiling, tried to numb every spark of a feeling. The city outside is a hum and a roar, but it doesn't live here behind my locked door. Just me and the tobacco and the silence so deep, in a world that has finally fallen asleep. One last long drag before I put it out, extinguishing every last whisper of doubt. The filter is stained with a crimson red mark, the final remains of a fire in the dark. The room is now gray as the morning draws near, but I'm still the only one staying right here. One more, always one more, before the dawn. turned up against the bite of the wind, thinking of all of the ways that I've sinned. The buttons are brass and the fabric is worn, just like the girl who was lost and reborn. I walk past the alleys where shadows grow tall, waiting for someone or nothing at all. A match in the darkness, a flash of a spark. I'm making my way through the heart of the dark. The street lamps are weeping with circles of gold on a story that's never been properly told. I've got a letter that's signed with a lie, and a heavy black cloud in the New York sky. In a tan trench coat under flickering lights, searching for truth in the darkest of nights. The fog is my brother, the rain is my friend, waiting for someone to reach for the end. Silhouette walking where the harbor is deep, with secrets that even the ocean can't keep. Check the pocket for silver, check the watch for the time. Everything's legal till it becomes a crime. I see the reflection of a man in the glass. I pull down my hat and I let the ghost pass. The steam from the subway rises up through the grate, a pale imitation of a twist of late fate. I'm chasing a memory that's faded and blurred, like a song that I loved but no longer heard. The city's a puzzle with pieces all wrong, and I'm just the echo of a forgotten song. Still walking into the fog. foghorn is calling from the edge of the pier. The sound of the water is all that I hear. The ships are all leaving for a distant shore, but I'm staying here by the old warehouse door. The salt in the air is the taste of my tears, a bitter collection of wasted up years. The ropes are all fraying, the wood is all right. I'm tied to a memory that the world has forgot. The gulls are all silent, the lanterns are dim. I'm watching the horizon, looking for him. But the sea doesn't answer, the sea doesn't care. It only gives back a cold blast of air. At the harbor of lost souls, the mist is so thick, the light from the lantern is a dying old trick. Weep for me, accordion, low and so deep, while the rest of the city is falling asleep. The cargo is heavy with heartaches and lead, and the ghosts of the dreams that I used to keep fed. The oil on the water is a rainbow of gloom, reflecting the walls of my small lonely room. I jump in the river and swim to the light, but I'm anchored too deep in the Manhattan night. So play me a shanty of sorrow and rust before all my beauty is turned into dust. The tide is coming in, the tide is going out, leaving me nothing but silence and doubt. Goodbye to the sailors, goodbye to the sea. There's no one left standing on the pier but me, lost at sea. marquee is broken. The theater is dark. No more applause and no more spark. I'm dancing alone on a stage made of pine, drinking the dregs of the communion wine. The velvet is dusty, the gold is all peeled. The fate of the starlet is finally sealed. I see the reflections in the tall ornate glass of the lovers and dreamers who once used to pass. The ghost of a spotlight is tracing my hand, a queen with no kingdom, a girl with no land. The seats are all empty, the silence is loud. I'm wearing my memories like a silk shroud. Oh, Broadway ghosts, take a final bow. There's no one to witness your tragedy now. The costumes are tattered, the music has fled, just the echoes of words that we never had said. The heat of the light before I was swallowed by the Manhattan night. Now I'm just a prop in a play with no end, with no one to hear me and no one to bend. The paint on my face is a mask made of clay, hiding the girl who was thrown all away. The ropes and the pulleys are starting to groan on a stage built of sorrow and built of alone. The final act's over, the script has been torn. Better to die than to live and be scorned. I'll stay in the wings till the building falls down, the forgotten princess of this concrete town. Curtain call, the lights go out. Goodbye, Broadway. Shadows smoke, the city breathes. Can you hear the echo? the city breeze. Can you hear the echo? Shadows smoke, the city breeze. Can you hear the echo? Ooh, ah, the stars are all retiring. The moon is a ghost. A final goodbye to the one I loved most. The streetlights are clicking. Their job is all done. I'm turning my back on the rise of the sun. The air is now cooler. The night is a blur. A memory of things as they once really were. I'm walking home slowly, my heels on the stone. A rhythm that tells me I'm finally alone. The red on my nails has lost all its fire. The end of a dream and the end of desire. The buildings are waking. The milkman is near. But there's no place for me in the world that is here. Gray light, the end of the line. No more Manhattan, no more being mine. The mist is dissolving, the secrets are clear. There's nothing but silence and loneliness here. I'll wash off the lipstick, I'll take off the hat. is finished, and that is just that. The shadows are fleeing to corners and caves, leaving the city to the work and the slaves. I've lived a whole lifetime in 6 hours of dark, leaving my soul in the trees of the park. So let the sun rise and let the world turn. I've no more to give and I've no more to burn. The chronicles end in this pale silver glow. Into the morning I finally go. Manhattan, you're beautiful, heartless and grand, the coldest and sweetest of any dark land. It's morning. The mist is gone.